Hey everyone, my name is Rob Freeman and welcome back to Insuring the Built Environment. This week we're answering the question, what is the difference between defense within the limits and defense outside the limits as it pertains to a liability insurance policy? Well, the terms defense within the limits and outside the limits are both insurance terms for how the insurance carrier will handle the defense of a claim against you or your company. In the case of defense within the limits, the insurance company is going to pay for all the defense, legal, investigative, court-related fees, appeals, anything related to the defense of your claim from within the limits of your insurance policy. So let's say you have $1 million limit of liability and your defense costs to defend your claim, the amount that the insurance company is going to incur to defend your claim is $600,000, and you have $1 million worth of limits. And let's say after they defend your claim, there's $1 million judgment. If you have defense within the limits, it means that the $600,000 of legal costs are going to erode the $1 million of coverage that you have, leaving you with only $400,000 to pay the $1 million judgment. Meaning you're going to have to come out of pocket $600,000 above your insurance policy's limit just to pay off that judgment. Now, conversely, defense outside the limits means that the defense costs do not erode your limits of liability. So in the same example, let's say you have a claim against you or your company and the defense costs are $600,000 and then there's $1 million claim. The $600,000 of legal defense fees are not going to erode your $1 million of limits. You'll have the full $1 million of limits to pay the $1 million judgment, meaning you won't come out of pocket anything in that case. Now, as you may imagine, or as you can imagine, the difference in cost between a defense within the limits and outside the limits liability policy will not be apples to apples. You should expect to pay more for a liability policy that includes defense outside the limits because the insurance carrier is taking on a greater financial risk and a financial burden to defend you in the event of a claim against you or your company. So make sure you talk to your insurance broker about whether your insurance liability is covering defense within or outside the limits and that you have adequate limits and maybe an excess layer above whatever limits you think you have, just in the event of a claim that goes beyond whatever your worst case scenario is. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. Defense within the limits versus outside the limits will affect how the insurance company pays for the defense of your claim and what is left over in the event of a judgment after the defense costs are paid for. So if you have questions about insurance for your renewable energy or climate technology company, please feel free to reach out to me at the link below this video. Thanks again for watching. I hope this is useful and have a great day.